यशोदनन्दनं व्रजजानरञ्जना यशोदनन्दनं व्रजजानरञ्जना यमुनातीरां वनचारीं जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण जय राधा माधव राधे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सदस्य श्रीमद् वैष्णव भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी प्रभुपाद की, श्री गुरु परंपरा की, गंधराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, आनंद कोटि वैष्णव भक्तवृंद की, श्रील गुरुदेव की, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 13, Text number 4. Śrutasya puṁsāṁ sucira-śramasya nanu añjasā sūribhir īḍito rthaḥ tat-tad-guṇānuśravaṇaṁ mukunda pādāravindaṁ hṛdayeṣu yeṣām śrutasya puṁsāṁ sucira-śramasya nanu añjasā sūribhir īḍito rthaḥ tat-tad-guṇānuśravaṇaṁ mukunda pādāravindaṁ hṛdayeṣu yeṣām śrutasya puṁsāṁ sucira-śramasya nanu añjasā sūribhir īḍito rthaḥ tat-tad-guṇānuśravaṇaṁ mukunda pādāravindaṁ hṛdayeṣu yeṣām. puṁsāṁ sucira-śramasya nanu añjasā sūribhir tat-tad-guṇānuśravaṇaṁ mukunda pādāravindaṁ hṛdayeṣu yeṣām. Śrutasya puṁsāṁ sucira-śramasya nanu añjasā sūribhir śrutasya puṁsāṁ sucira-śramasya añjasā sūribhir rthaḥ tat-tad-guṇānuśravaṇaṁ mukunda pādāravindaṁ hṛdayeṣu yeṣām. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Word to word meaning, śrutasya, of persons who are in the process of hearing. Puṁsāṁ, of such persons. Sucira, for a long time. Śramasya, laboring very hard. Nanu, certainly. Añjasā, elaborately. Sūribhir, by pure devotees. īḍitaḥ, explained by arthaḥ, statements that guṇa, transcendental qualities, anuśravaṇam, thinking, mukunda, the personality of Godhead, who awards liberation, pādāravindaṁ, the lotus feet, hṛdayeṣu, within the heart, yeṣām, of them. Translation, please repeat. Persons who hear from spiritual master with great labor and for a long time must hear from the mouths of pure devotees about the character and the activities of pure devotees. Pure devotees always think within their hearts of the lotus feet of the personality of Godhead, who awards his devotees liberation. Purport. Transcendental students are those who undergo great penance in being trained by hearing the Vedas from bona fide spiritual master. Not only must they hear about the activities of the Lord, but they must also hear about the transcendental qualities of the devotees who are constantly thinking about the lotus feet of the Lord within their hearts. A pure devotee of the Lord cannot be separated from the lotus feet of the Lord even for a moment. Undoubtedly, the Lord is always within the hearts of all living creatures, but they hardly know about it because they are deluded by the illusory of material energy. The devotees, however, realize the presence of the Lord, and therefore they can always see the lotus feet of the Lord within their hearts. Such pure devotees of the Lord are as glorious as the Lord. They are, in fact, recommended by the Lord as more worshipable than He Himself. Worship of a devotee is more potent than the worship of the Lord. It is therefore the duty of the transcendental students to hear of pure devotees as explained by similar devotees of the Lord, because one cannot explain about the Lord or His devotee unless one happens to be a pure devotee himself. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnānatimirandasya Jnānanjana Shalakaya Sakshashurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Vancha kalpatarupyascha kripa sindhupyevacha patithanam pavanepyo vaishnavepyo namo namaha. Hare Krishna. So I like to offer my humble obeisances and respects to all the assembled devotees. So we are discussing here in the yesterday's class, we heard that first three slokas. So very nicely it was discussed how like Vidura was very anxious to hear about Swayambhu Manu, because Swayambhu Manu happens to be a pure devotee. So is very anxious to hear about the glories of pure devotee. So in the previous sloka, the purport we discussed, means Prabhupada writes, there is no difference between the transcendental topics of the Lord or his pure devotees. Hearing the topics of the Lord and hearing the topics of devotees have the same result, namely development of devotional service. Very powerful purport yesterday and today. So in the previous chapter we know because Visarga section is already started, how Brahmaji he started doing secondary creation, and then how he had practicing sadhaka, what kind of challenges he may have, similar challenges, like all those Brahmaji also faced similar challenges. So because being a pure devotee of the Lord, he overcome all the challenges. We know first he created 5 kinds of ajnana vrittis, that is ignorance. So due to that he was feeling dissatisfaction, means displeased. He become displeased, and then he created Sanat Kumaras, and then Sanat Kumaras are not obedient to the order of Brahmaji. So he had a feeling of disrespected from his subordinates. And later he created Lord Shiva, and then how he had a feeling of disturbance, become disturbed because Lord Shiva started destroying everything. And then Brahmaji has to say to Lord Shiva, this is not the time for destruction now, not even creation I started. Please don't destroy now. So it's time for you. Better you, till the time you meditate. You close your eyes and do meditation. So he said. And then after he created, means due to walk, he had another feeling of distraction. So he got distracted. Then every time, he gives up the body actually. He gives up the body means he gives up the sinful mentality. He gives up the mentality. And then sages, finally created 10 sages. They were also not efficient in creating progeny. So he felt deficiency of subordinates. So finally he created Swayambhu Manu. At least Swayambhu Manu, he said that, oh my dear father, my dear spiritual master, I am ready to do whatever you order me. I am ready to do. I am ready to serve you. Then Brahmaji got completely pleased with Swayambhu Manu. So, and then till up to the satisfaction of Brahmaji, Swayambhu Manu created progeny, and then Brahmaji also blessed Swayambhu Manu. So Swayambhu Manu is also one of the 12 Mahajanas. So he is one of the 12 Mahajanas, a pure devotee. So it's very important to hear about pure devotee. We already read from Srila Prabhupada's purport in the previous sloka. In this sloka, there is no difference between hearing about the Lord and hearing about pure devotee. So basically this sloka, today's sloka, says that the goal of a person who hears from spiritual master for a long time, sucira-śramasya, great endeavor. One who takes great endeavor to hear from spiritual master for a long time. So what he should do? What should be his goal? He should hear the glories of devotees from spiritual master. Because spiritual master is a pure devotee. So basically this sloka proves that in our bhakti process, prayojana and abhidaya both are same. Abhidaya and prayojana both are same. What's the goal of hearing? To hear more. What's the goal of chanting? Someone asked Prabhupada, what is the goal of chanting Hare? What's the benefit of chanting Hare Krishna? So he was thinking that, Prabhupada may answer, by chanting Hare Krishna, you will become rich man, or you will get whatever material desires, whatever you want, you will get. He was thinking like that. But Prabhupada said what? You will chant more. You will develop a taste for chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So similarly, the goal of hearing is to hear more. You can develop a taste for hearing. And goal of sadhana bhakti is Raghavana bhakti. Goal of Raghavana bhakti is Bhava bhakti. Goal of Bhava bhakti is Prema bhakti. So goal of bhakti is bhakti, to advance in bhakti. So mostly slokas proves that abhidaya and prayojana both are same. So the process and the end goal, the process and the product, so both are the same. So and then very nicely you can get another lesson from this sloka. How in the previous sloka, the first sloka also, I think yesterday's class also we heard, Prabhupada also says about that, āḍitaḥ. Āḍitaḥ word is very significant because āḍitaḥ means, Srila Vishwanath also gives different meaning about āḍitaḥ. Āḍitaḥ means Vidura was hearing with great respect. Vidura was hearing with great respect. So he had great respect for hearing about the topic of the pure devotee. It also means Maitreya Muni also offers his respects to Vidura. Generally, in the Bhagavatam, throughout Bhagavatam, we see the speaker feels gratitude to the hearer because the hearer gives the opportunity for me to speak about Krishna. So therefore, I feel everyone offers gratitude. Maitreya Muni offers gratitude, Sukadeva Goswami offers gratitude, to Parishit Maharaj, Brahmaji offers gratitude, Narada Muni, and throughout. So the speaker offers gratitude. So because of you, I am getting chance to speak about Krishna for my own purification. So like that. So, and the thing is that the difference between Maitreya Muni is hearing and Vidura's hearing. Maitreya Muni also was hearing Uddhava Gita from Krishna. But that time, of course, Prabhupada says that time, before hearing Uddhava Gita, he was Jnana Mishra Bhakta. He was inclined to learn more knowledge, gather more knowledge, acquire more knowledge, rather than, means, of course, he's a Bhakta only, but he was giving, predominantly he was practicing Bhakti Yoga, but he was also had inclination to learn knowledge. He was depending on acquiring more and more knowledge. So, and then he also attentively heard. And there is a lesson from, there is a difference between Vidura's attentive hearing and Maitreya's attentive hearing. But later, of course, we know after hearing Uddhava Gita, he became a pure devotee. Maitreya Muni became pure devotee, he became qualified to become spiritual master for Vidura. Because Vidura's father is Vyasadeva and Vyasadev's contemporary, his close friend is Maitreya Muni. It's almost is equal to his father. So he becomes spiritual master. So attention, attention of ear is different and attention of heart is different. So Maitreya Muni heard with the attention of ear, means he was very attentive to know the knowledge. And Vidura is a little different. Vidura's hearing was Maitreya Muni only because he became a pure devotee, but Vidura was respectfully hearing. Respectfully hearing. The respect comes from heart. So attention of heart. So the attention of heart, that's more important than the attention of ear. So we have to give our heart, not only ear. So it means what? So during Bhagavatam class, we should not tend to fall asleep. So if we give attention of heart, so, and then it is easy to say from here, if I sit there, I may also tend to sleep. So, but still, we try to control our sleep, and then we can try to get up or some stand, something, we have to do something. So the thing is that respectfully we have to hear, not only attentively. Āḍitaḥ means respectfully. So he was respectful to the topics of, topics of the Lord and his devotee. So because throughout the Bhagavatam we know what is the glory of hearing Krishna Katha. All the same benefits are applicable for hearing about Krishna's devotees. If you hear about Krishna's devotees, same benefit you will get. So, because devotee also possesses all the characteristics almost equal to the Lord. In the Bhagavatam we come to know how Narada Muni acts as a super soul. Spiritual master can act as a super soul. And then you can see past, present, future. These are the characteristics of Supreme Lord. Means knowing everyone's heart and knowing the past, present, future. The exalted sages, they know past, present, future. So because of the deep relationship with Krishna, so they also possess all the characteristics almost similar to Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here we are hearing about Swayambhu Manu. So about Swayambhu Manu, like in the Bhagavatam, there are many descriptions about Swayambhu Manu. Swayambhu Manu is one of the Mahajana, and from the Ishopanishad commentary also we come to know Swayambhu Manu is very fond of hearing Ishopanishad verses every day. He's very fond of, he's got a special attraction for Ishopanishad verses. And also he wanted to offer the chanting of the Ishopanishad verses to his own grandson. That is Manvantara Avatar Yajna. He's a Manvantara Avatar. Yajna is a Manvantara Avatar. So Akuti and Prajapati, what is that? Ruchi. Ruchi Prajapati and Akuti. His daughter was Ruchi. Sorry, daughter was Akuti and son-in-law was Ruchi Prajapati. So, and the grandson was Lord Yajna, Manvantara Avatar. So when we are chanting, one time I happened to chant Ishopanishad mantra, he constantly chants, he closes his eyes and chants. So, and that time, like some Rakshasas, which generally Rakshasas get special benediction from Lord Shiva. So like, where, like, to whomever they want to devour, they want to eat, they can eat. So somehow the man-eating Rakshasas, they came for attacking Swayambhu Manu and eating Swayambhu Manu. But he was closing his eyes and chanting Ishopanishad verses. So completely meditating on Lord Yajna, is a Manvantara Avatar. So that time Lord Yajna appeared on the spot, killed all the demons and protected Swayambhu Manu and gave liberation for Swayambhu Manu. So maybe it happened at the last stage when he took Vanaprastha, he was in the forest chanting Ishopanishad, like that. So Lord protected him. So and also we hear about Swayambhu Manu in many different sections of Bhagavatam. In Priyavata episode also we hear about him. In Dhruva's episode also we hear about him. Swayambhu Manu gives a beautiful advice for Dhruva. When Dhruva was, because of the one mistake of the Yaksha, means one Yaksha committed mistake, killed his own brother Uttama. Therefore, he wanted to take revenge. He went on killing all the Yakshas, innocent Yakshas. So Swayambhu Manu came and gave a beautiful instruction. Very systematically, he advised Dhruva Maharaj, and he could convince Dhruva Maharaj. So then very nicely convinced based on moral instructions. Beautiful section comes in the 4th canto, I think 11th chapter or 12th chapter. I think 11th chapter. So based on the moral instruction he advised, and based on the means like how devotee should be, what kind of qualities devotee should possess. So that famous verse comes, Tidikshaya, Karunaya, Maitriya, Shakila, Jandushu. That sloka also comes. That's spoken by Swayambhu Manu. So you should be like equal. To the equals you should show your friendship, and then to the inferiors you should show your mercy. To the superiors you should show your respect. You should tolerate. Like that. And then he gives explanation of, and then after, although he gave a instruction of regarding moral he gave instruction regarding moral codes, and he gave instructions regarding how a devotee should behave. But somehow Dhruva Maharaj's false ego did not suppress. Then he came to understand only by surrendering to Supreme Personality of Godhead, false ego can be suppressed. Then he spoke about surrendering aspect, how one should surrender. So, and then he was explaining ultimately, and he also explained Lord is the cause of everything. Everything is happening due to inconceivable plan of the Lord. So therefore, you should understand, Lord is the cause of everything, like that. And then still, even after that also, his ego was not suppressed. He was not convinced. Later, the last section, he was talking about surrendering aspect. So as soon as he spoke about surrendering aspect, then immediately he got convinced, okay, I must surrender to the Lord. So good counsel is given, Prabhupada says that good counsel is given to the devotees, immediately they take it. So only foolish people get very angry. So regarding glorifying a devotee, so even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he also like to glorify a devotee. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always used to discuss from Gadadhara Pandit, we know from whenever he meets in Puri with Gadadhara Pandit, so he always used to discuss about two episodes. One is Dhruva Maharaj episode, and that is Prahlad Maharaj episode. Dhruva Maharaj episode for his determination at the age of 5, he had so much determination, and he used to hear about Prahlad Maharaj episode, to hear about like the surrendering aspect of Prahlad Maharaj at the age of 5. So like actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is non-different from Krishna himself, and Gadadhara Pandit is non-different from Radharani herself. Both were not discussing 10th canto of Bhagavatam. Both were not discussing about Raslila of the Bhagavatam. They were interested to hear about Dhruva Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj repeatedly, more than hundreds of times. Although discussed about hundreds of times, still they'd like to hear. Even the Supreme Personality of Godhead, although we know from Lord Jagannath's pastime, he likes to hear his own pastimes, but he is more pleased to hear about his devotees' pastimes. The Lord is more pleased to hear about his devotees' pastimes. Lord is getting pleased to hear about his devotees' pastimes. So we come to know from the purports of Srila Prabhupada. So point number one, like there is no difference between hearing about pastimes of the Lord and pastimes of devotees. Number two, like we hear, we get same benefit. We get the same benefit. Whatever benefit we achieve through hearing of Krishna Katha, same benefit we get from by hearing devotee Katha. In fact, hearing devotee Katha gives more quick advancement. Quick advancement one can get. And Prabhupada says from the purport from different places, he says that Krishna Katha involves devotees, and if you talk about devotees, it involves Krishna. Cannot be separated. Krishna Katha and devotee, pastimes of devotee cannot be separated. And then he says like it has same characteristics, and Vyasadeva. So if wonderful thing from Bhagavatam. So like Vyasadeva, the other day also we were discussing like how like in the all cantos, in all 12 cantos, Vyasadeva like to glorify a devotee. So that is his spiritual master, Narada Muni. You can see the presence of Narada Muni throughout Bhagavatam, all 12 cantos. Even Krishna's glories may not be there, but Narada Muni's glories are there in every canto. Every canto you can see. So he likes to glorify a devotee. And also like Vyasadeva wrote, Vyasadeva also must have heard glories of pure devotees from the mouth of his spiritual master. That's a proof of this sloka. So Vyasadeva also liked to hear the glory of pure devotee from his spiritual master. So the goal of hearing from spiritual master is to hear about pure devotees, glories of pure devotees. That's the theme of this today verse. So where Narada Muni spoke about Dhruva Maharaj, glorified about Dhruva Maharaj, when the Prachedas were doing sacrifice somewhere else, that is in the Sakshusha Manvantara time. Sakshusha Manu's time. Dhruva Maharaj pastime happened in Swayambhu Manu time. And the Prachedas appeared in Sakshusha Manu's time. 5 Manus came and gone. But still, so therefore another point we get, devotees' pastimes and Lord's pastimes are all eternal. They remain eternal. Eternally they remain. So like so Narada Muni glorified about Dhruva Maharaj in the sacrifice. The Prachedas was doing sacrifice, he came and glorified about Dhruva Maharaj. Narada Muni glorified Dhruva Maharaj. How the small age, like he attained the Lord, and like that. Such he also is Kshatriya, and then how like one verse he says that Dhruva Maharaj even conquered the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although Lord is unconquerable, Dhruva Maharaj by his devotion conquered. He said, although Dhruva Maharaj is a disciple, so Narada Muni glorified his own disciple, Dhruva Maharaj. And also, Vyasadeva must have heard Narada Muni glorifying Prahlad Maharaj. Therefore, he wrote. Narada Muni glorifying Prahlad Maharaj, entire 7th canto, 15 chapters, is glorification of Prahlad Maharaj. So, must have heard from Narada Muni, his spiritual master. And then he glorified it. So, entire 7th canto is a glorification of. The wonderful thing is that it's not only Chaitanya Mahaprabhu like to hear glory of these wonderful devotees, Dhruva Maharaj and Prahlad Maharaj. Even Krishna also like to hear. Even Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna also like to hear, because the whole 7th canto description, narration happened in the presence of Krishna. Because as soon as the Rajsuya sacrifice over, that time Krishna was there sitting, and Yudhishthira Maharaj asked a question to Narada Muni. I don't know how Shishupal got this thing, how Shishupala got liberation. Although he was criticizing about Krishna, how he could enter Krishna's body, and then like that. And then Narada Muni started narrating. Krishna is hearing that. So the entire 7th canto narration happened in the presence of Krishna. So Krishna heard entire 7th canto. He did not feel bored, means, I know this pastime. I am the only created. I only appeared as Narsingadev. I know, but only because of, due to the, means I got pleased with Prahlad Maharaj, then I appeared, everything I know. Why I have to hear another time? That too after a long time. That happened in some other yuga. This is happening in Kali Yuga, 5000 years before, not in Kali Yuga, the end of Dwapara Yuga. So, like long time before happened. What is the use of narrating story which happened, already I know that, and that also happened long time before. Krishna did not think like that. So Krishna did not think. So Krishna like to hear his own glories. And Narada Muni is also glorifying Prahlad Maharaj like anything. He says, Narada Muni is spiritual master, Prahlad Maharaj is spiritual master. He says, even I cannot enlist the transcendental qualities of Prahlad Maharaj. I cannot list. I can give little sample. As a sample, I can give little bit. But I cannot enlist. It is beyond my capacity, he says. It is beyond my capacity to enlist the transcendental qualities of Prahlad Maharaj. This is a beautiful sloka also there. Brahmanya Srila Sampanna Satya Santo Jidendriyaha Atmavat Sarva Bhudanam Ekapriya Sukritamaha Dasavat Sannataryangri Pitrivat Deenavatsala Bhratravat Sadrishto Snigdo Guru Shishwara Bhavanaga Vidyata Rupa Janmatyo Manastamba Vivarjidaha. Narada Muni says about qualities of Prahlad Maharaj. Brahmanya Srila Sampanna is having wonderful transcendental character. Satya Sandho Jidendriyaga is very much inclined to hear about absolute truth always. And Jidendriyaga had a perfect control of mind and senses. Atma Sarva Bhutanam, he considers everyone. He sees Paramatma in everyone. Dasavat Sannatar Yangri means like he serves as a servant, and for helpless jivas, like helpless citizens, he acts as merciful father. And he acts like brother to equals. And to all his spiritual masters, exalted sages, he considers as equal to Supreme Personality of Godhead. He gives the same respect. Guru's Ishvara Bhavanaga. He considered Guru as equal to Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then Vidyata Rupa Janmatyo Manastam Vivarjadiga. Vidyata Rupa Janma. Narada Muni says this. Vidyartha, he had Vidya, he had Artha, he had Rupa. Beautiful. Prahlad Maharaj was so beautiful looking. Richest person. He's the son of the richest person. 3 world. He's the proprietor of the 3 world. And Pakka, full knowledge. He already learned from Narada Muni when he was in the womb. So already done Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhakti Vedanta, Bhakti Sarvabhauma. Already completed when he was in the womb. So he heard everything. Vidya is there, Artha was there, Rupa is there, Vidyartha Rupa Janmatyo. Manastamba vivarjitaha. Manastamba vivarjitaha. Vivarjitaha means still he did not have even little pride. So even tinge of pride he did not have. Although he had all these things. But on the other hand, like Daksha was very proud of having all these things. He was also looking beautiful. He's a Prajapati, he's a rich person. He had a knowledge, everything he had. Because of all these qualities, he became little proud. So due to that, he offended Lord Shiva. Vidya tapo vitta vapurvaya kulai sadam gunai sadbira satametarai smridau hadayam dridamana dardrsha stabda napashyanti hidama puyasham. So, like how Daksha became proud of possessing all these qualities. That sloka says that. So due to that, like he was thinking that I am superior to Lord Shiva. So he offended. So but Prahlad Maharaj is not like that. Although he was possessing all the characteristics of like Daksha also, but still he was not proud. That's a glory of pure devotee. And then even Narada Muni says that Prahlad Maharaj is actually is not making endeavor to think of Krishna. Due to his devotion, Krishna liked to occupy his heart. Krishna liked to occupy his heart. Krishna graha grahitatma. Krishna graha grahitatma. Just like someone is haunted by ghost. Prabhupada says that in the exam. Someone is haunted by ghost. How like they behave like ghost. Some like that. He is haunted by Krishna. Prahlad Maharaj is haunted by Krishna. So like that, how he says that, I don't know, I am helpless. Means how iron is getting attracted to magnet. Similarly, I also like get attracted to Krishna. He says. And then Govinda Parirambidaha, he says. He is always embraced. He is always embraced by Lord Govinda. And then very nicely Narada Muni explains about the beautiful childhood pastimes of Prahlad Maharaj. How he used to laugh, he used to cry. And then like Krishna used to come and play with Prahlad Maharaj. Krishna used to come and play with Prahlad Maharaj. He used to cry, and then Krishna will appear and give darshan to Prahlad Maharaj, and Prahlad Maharaj immediately stop crying. And again, okay, child stopped crying, okay, let me go. And again he will stop crying. So actually, Vishwanath Chakravarti says, even Krishna was shedding tears by looking at the devotion of the small child. Krishna was crying. Tears was coming from Krishna's eyes. What kind of devotion he has. I am not able to leave. I am not able to leave this child. It seems I can't do any other thing. I have to be there always with this child. Like that. Krishna had a feeling like this. So he got a special attraction towards Prahlad Maharaj. So like that beautiful description, how like Vyasadeva must have heard all those things, glory of Prahlad Maharaj from his spiritual master. So and also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also like to hear, means we already discussed that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also like to hear how like in the during Rath Yatra pastime, Chaitanya Charitamrita has mentioned how like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very tired, so he used to go to Jagannath Vallabha garden. That time Sarum Bhattacharya gave a plan to Prataparudra. That time you go and you'll be very tired, you go and massage his feet, you chant Gopi Geet. So Chaitanya, and also Sarum Bhattacharya said, better you give up this kingly dress, you just wear Vaishnava dress, simple kurta and dhoti, and then do massage like that. So somehow before that, even during Rath Yatra time itself, Prataparudra became recipient of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy by doing a menial service to Lord Jagannath. Uttama Hayya Raja Kahe Tucha Sevan Adayeva Jagannathir Kripara Bhajan. So since he was doing Tucha Sevan, menial servant, how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu liked Prahlad Maharaj very much, and then he wanted to give his mercy. Already he decided to give mercy, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So at the same time, Prataparudra was also approaching and massaging the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then he was chanting Gopi Geet. Jayati tetikam janmana vraja. Like that. So he was chanting, and then, okay, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not, like, he was ecstatic. Okay, very good. Very good, you continue chanting. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not see who is chanting. Somebody is massaging, is lying down, and somebody is massaging and chanting. Okay, you chant. You continue like that. Then when the particular verse comes, Tavakatamritam tapta jivanam kavimiritam kalmasapaham shavana mangalam shrimatadadam puvigranandiye burida jana. This slokam Chaitanya become ecstatic. Because this sloka is about glory of devotee. The gopis are speaking about the glory of devotee. This sloka, like he was chanting this sloka, Prataparudra, he became so ecstatic. And then immediately got up and then embraced Prataparudra. Embraced, he did not even ask, who are you? He embraced Prataparudra, and then he said, Bhurita bali kare alingan iho nagi jahe igon haya kona jan. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Bhurita, you are Bhurita. Yeah, Vaishnavas are most munificent. They are the greatest welfare workers because they are broadcasting the message of the Lord all over the world. And so those who have spread the message are certainly most munificent welfare workers. So like Bhurida, like that, he was repeatedly chanting Bhurida, like that. So as soon as like Prataparudra was glorifying it, means the gopis were glorifying a devotee. So Prataparudra was chanting that verse, Chaitanya became ecstatic. So like although other slokas are about glories of Krishna, so he became ecstatic, but he became more ecstatic when he comes to glorification of devotee. Chaitanya became more ecstatic. So even Chaitanya also used to glorify everyone. So because during 4 months, they will all be there, all the Navadip Vasis, they will be in Jagannath Puri for 4 months. During Chadurmas time, they come for Radhayatra time, and after the Kartik month only they will go. 4-month yatra. Every year 4-month yatra. So not 15 days or 15 days, 20 days, not like that. 4-month yatra every year. So like whenever they are like leaving Jagannath Puri, that time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to embrace everyone, and then he used to glorify everyone. So as if with 5 mouths, like he used to glorify them. So he likes to glorify his devotees, and then he'll embrace, and then they will all request, Mahaprabhu, please give permission for us to stay for some more days, and then they will stay for some more days. This is everything, every year this happens. Although they stay for 4 months, but still they can't feel the pain of separation from the Lord. So like that. So if we hear from Prabhupada says in the purport, one purport he says, like if we hear from a pure devotee with rapt attention, with respectful attitude, and then we can see Lord Krishna in every page of the Srimad Bhagavatam. He says, we can see Lord Krishna in every word, every page of Srimad Bhagavatam. And also another place he says, therefore, like we should never try to avoid even one word of Srimad Bhagavatam. Even one word of Srimad Bhagavatam. Because many times Prabhupada used to criticize, means the Sakajiyas, actually they don't like to hear about glory of devotee. They don't like to hear about Prahlad Maharaj, Duru Maharaj, all these things they don't like. They only like to hear about Ras Leela. Direct Ras Leela. This is for neophytes. Glory of Duru Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Swayambhu Manu. This is for neophytes. So they like to hear about Ras Leela only. Prabhupada used to criticize in almost many purports. So everyone should hear about glory of his devotee. So, and then also we hear the Falashruti from Duru Maharaj episode and Prithu Maharaj episode and Prahlad Maharaj episode, big list. It's not a small list. Very big list. What's the benefit of hearing a glory of devotee? Very big list. So just to say a sample, like how, like he says, anyone hears about Prithu Maharaj, he can drive away all the bad fortune, means bad luck. He can drive away all bad fortune, and now Brahmana will become very powerful, Brahmanical power he will get, Kshatriya will rule the entire world, and Vaishya will get lot of cows and lot of land for agriculture, and Shudra also will attain perfection. So like that, everyone will get perfection. And then the another benefit is, by hearing a glory of great pure devotees, one can also become great devotee. One can also become great devotee. Means by hearing about them, slowly, like one can develop all those qualities also, gradually, in due course of time. So after purification, after removal of anarthas, so they can also like possess similar characteristics. So that's a glory of, so one can get a quick advancement in bhakti, and then like Krishna is very pleased. If Krishna is pleased, then there is nothing unattainable in the three world. So if you hear about glory of devotee, Krishna is pleased. Krishna is so much pleased. Rather than hearing about his glories, Krishna is more pleased. Of course, Krishna is pleased by hearing his glories, but he is more pleased when we hear about glory of his pure devotee. Hare Krishna. I think time is 8:55. So I'd like to end here. So any comments or questions?
Thank you, Prabhu, for the nice class as usual. My question was, you mentioned that the pastime of the prachetas happened in the Chakshusha Manu, correct? So there are the descendants of Dhruva Maharaj, correct? The prachetas, they're coming from Prithu, so forth. So does that mean that, because we hear that there's a destruction or a partial destruction after so long, this is a very long time distance. And I heard from one devotee that Prithu Maharaj was taking place in the Swayambhuva Manu, Swayambhuva Manvantar. So can you just explain, if you know anything about the chronological order in terms of Manvatars of the fourth canto? It's kind of...
Yeah, it's probably it's all like it's very difficult to understand the time period, because our condition is we are all conditioned to time and space. What's happening right now and what's happening in this place where we are present. Even that one we are not able to understand. What's happening right now in front of us means, and then like in this time, like that. That is why certain things are happening, we don't have answer. So we should understand, means we try to, theoretically we can have a little understanding. So sometimes Priyavata Maharaj still lives. He still lives for so many years. More than Manu's, I think, more than Manu's lifetime, I think. 11 Adbhuta years is mentioned. 11 Adbhuta years. One Adbhuta is equal to something like 10 million years. And 11 Adbhuta is 11 into 10 million. That's more than Manu's lifetime. Manu is living only for 30 crore years. I think Priyavata lived more than that. I don't know, if you calculate. So very difficult to understand. Although he is the son of Swayambhu Manu, Priyavata Maharaj, he lived more than that. So he went to Paramahamsa, because he went to forest, beginning itself, he don't want to take up the kingdom. And then later, maybe Swayambhu Manu, like Dhruva Maharaj, Uttanapada was there, and then Uttanapada became king, and Dhruva Maharaj became king. So many descendants, they come and gone. And then, still, Priyavata is still living, and no one was there, because that already the descendants were over, because Prachedas were there. After Prachedas, Daksha was born, and Daksha also went to forest. Daksha also went to forest, mentioned. And that time, so like Swayambhu Manu felt, oh, someone should take responsibility. Nobody is there. What to do? Only Priyavata Maharaj is left. So he approached Priyavata Maharaj, please take up the responsibility. No, I will not take. Because being influenced by Narada Muni, Narada Muni is also standing nearby. I cannot take up. I cannot enter into Grahastha ashram. So I cannot take up responsibility. And then Swayambhu could not convince. And then Brahmaji came and advised systematically, don't worry, even if you become a Grahastha, you can still remain as a Paramahamsa. Don't worry about that. I will give my blessings. Then because Brahmaji is a higher, because Swayambhu Manu is after all brother of Narada Muni. So he can control Swayambhu Manu. Narada Muni can control. In fact, elder brother of Swayambhu Manu. Don't listen to Swayambhu Manu. Listen to me. But Brahmaji comes, he cannot say that. He's a father. And then still Priyavata Maharaj sees Narada Muni. Narada Muni, what to do? So, in order, okay, so I will also give blessing. So you can remain as a Paramahamsa. Don't worry like that. So like that, very difficult to understand. So chronological order but still theoretically you can have a little understanding.
Thank you, Prabhu. Nice class. It's interesting because you find that these dynasties were ruling for so long. They were ruling over Kali Yugas also. So these Kali Yugas were somehow maybe perhaps less than our Kali Yuga. I don't know, but it's hard to understand.
Yeah, we hear even from Billamangal Thakur, he lived for 700 years in Kali Yuga.
Yeah.
Just 300 years before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Yeah.
Lived for 700 years.
700 years, yeah.
Very difficult to understand.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, you mentioned a very important point, like how we give our heart to hear with our hearts. Sometimes what happens is we have some tussle with some devotee, we have some negative emotions with that devotee, and when he gives class, the mentality goes, oh, he has done this, oh, he is simply doing like that. And I'm not implying anything, but suppose we have some tussle with some devotee, then we see that person in that negative, then at that stage we cannot give our hearts to that hearing. We all see in that negative mentality. So how do you advise us to overcome this and give that?
So you have to read Suniti's advice to Dhruva Maharaj. Very important in this aspect. Because Suniti says to Dhruva Maharaj, he says, he never have any enviousness and any hatred towards Suruchi. She never had a tinge of hatred, a tinge of enviousness. So he says, as devotees, means we have to take the essence. Whatever Suruchi has said, that is true. Irrespective of the character of Suruchi. Whatever Suruchi has, because Suruchi has said, you cannot sit in the Pada's lap, maybe you have to worship Krishna, maybe next time you can happen to be, you can take birth in my womb, after that you can sit. Of course, she did not have full understanding. She is not a devotee. She did not have full understanding. After worshipping Krishna, why have to take birth why have to take in the other's womb one more time? He will escape from birth and death. She don't have that basic knowledge also. But still, then Suniti advised, you take the essence. You take the essence. What is the essence? Worship Krishna. So Suniti says, Tammeva vatsasriya mritya vachala mumukshibir batta padabja battadim ananya bhave nijadharma bhavide manasya avastape bhajasa purusham. He says, single pointed attention, you worship Krishna. You practice ananya bhakti to Krishna. In that way, you will be able to meet Krishna. Krishna only can solve your problem. Krishna only can fulfill your desires. Whatever Suchi has said, that's true. You take the essence from it. Chanakya Pandit also said, even a fool, even an uneducated person, even a fool says, we should take the essence. Even Parikshit Maharaj did not kill Kali. He took the essence. Sarangiva Sarabhuk. So we have to follow their footsteps. We have to take the essence. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananda Kodi Vaishnava Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. by giving a